creating collages. This right here says a Norfolk Southern SD50, SD60, and a standard cap FC70. They all look identical besides that there's white on this thing, on like the hood of the SC70. These all look really similar. Now between C30-7, C40-8, and C40-9. C30-7 looks very different. Completely different. It looks really different. Has a smaller nose. The hood looks different. See, just one big vent instead of smaller vents. That stuff. The C40-8 and the C4-9 look very similar. Some differences I can tell. C4-8, C40-9. Oh, and C4-8, C4-9. Yep.
No, you want to go get mine?
And this one's in the horse head scheme, and this one's in the old scheme.
We're like all out of those plastic thin hangers. You know I love going to
My parents talking, viewers. Norfolk Southern GP50, yeah, Norfolk Southern GP60. Yeah, you can tell one obvious difference. The GP50 is a high hood, while the GP60 is a standard cab.
They're so cheap, I'm gonna get like a shit ton. Because they break easily too.
My mom said curse when it was seriously.
I'm assuming we're taking some masks with us, right?
GP50, GP60. Yeah, there's.
Alright, well, I may go to Walgreens or I may later, I don't know.
I have two there.
I'm making a video right now. Can I whisper? Jeez. Okay, this right here is the B30-7, and then the B40-8, Norfolk Southern. See, another obvious difference. Yeah, high hood, standard cab. And that one difference right there. And this looks a bit different as well. The horn on this one's on the front instead of here. Probably since it's the high hood. U23B versus U23C. This one's on the main central, and this one's on the MRS in Mexico. U25B, U25C. This right here is New Haven. This is Pennsylvania Railroad. U28B, U28C. So TTI, whatever that is. Union Pacific. The old Union Pacific scheme. Does the U25C the cab window design? I like how it's just one big window, not just two separate. U30B, U30C. Yeah, it's Conrail and it's Burlington Northern. U33B, U33C. Penn Central, Burlington Northern. U36B and U36C. Seaboard System, Santa Fe. So, yeah. B32-8 and the C32-8. Okay, Norfolk Southern and Brazil Railways. The B36-8 and the C36-8. These are both one-of-a-kind locomotives. They're only used as GE demonstrators. The B39-8, C39-8, yeah. LMX, yeah, this one was now owned by the HMCR. That's also a B39-8. Real grand scheme. And the C39-8, CSX YN2. A GP7, a GP, the GP7, SD7. This is in the Illinois terminal, and this is in the Southern Pacific. GP9, SD9. Shenandoah Valley Railroad. Whatever that said. Whatever that says. GP18, SD18. The CNIM. The FAPIZA. The FAPAZA. And that's not in America. See behind it? That's not an American locomotive. There are GP18s in America. Yeah, I filmed one sitting in storage. It was in the Florida Central scheme. It was on the Florida Northern. They did this dream in the same scheme, but run on like 3 different short lines. They have the third short line that we run on, I think. The GP28 and the SC28. I believe these are the 28s. This is Alabama, whatever that is, ALM. And this SC8 and this SD28 is in the Illinois Central. Okay. GP35, SD35. I don't know what railroad this is, right? I think Central Railroad, New Jersey. And it's right here at Santa Fe. GP28, SD38. Okay, this is Gateway Western and Norfolk Southern. Oh, messed up. Okay, GP38AC, SD38AC. So this is LLPX. Yeah, see, it's LLPX. It's kind of like Union Pacific since it's yellow. And this right here is Canada. It'll be in Canada, I think. GP38-2, SD38-2. SD38-2s are rather uncommon. There's only 90 produced. The BNSF, Locomotive Plastic Partners, LLPX, GP40, SC40. So this is Gulliford Rail System, Mobile Grain, GP40-2, which is in the CSX Y and 2, SC40-2, which is in the Montana Rail Link. GP40X, which is in Union Pacific, SD40X, which is in the Gray, Kansas City Southern, GP50, which is on Burlington Northern, SD50, which is CSX Y and 2, GP60 in the Cotton Belt. This name's pretty similar to Southern Pacific. But the only difference is that it's Cotton Belt instead of Southern Pacific. GP60M. This is a fake bonnet that got vandalized, or not really vandalized. It's got graffiti on it. I don't like that it got graffiti on it because it's covering the BNSF lettering. I want these units to be clean. GP60 and SOO. GP60M. This is SC60. This is SC60M. The Triclops SD60M. Union Pacific. It's called the Triclops because of its free window design. Yeah, I think this is the only EMD unit meant for America that has this free window design. I don't know what I mean. Let's just say that. There's a newer variant produced it's just like this right here. Now, short line roads in Alabama. The Alabama and Tennessee River Railway. It shows number 9401 in the blue scheme. GP4-2LW. This is the Eastern Alabama Railway, the Erie, number 2010. It's in this boring scheme that most short lines in the South use. And probably Midwest. Yeah, this is a scheme that most short lines in the South and the Midwest uses. I don't like it. They're so lazy. They just want to choose this boring scheme. The Georgia Southwestern Railroad, and yeah, this also goes to Southeast Alabama. It's this boring scheme again. The Coosa Valley Railway, which operates in the Troy area. This is supposed to be, I think this is supposed to be an EMD MP switcher. The Huntsville and Madison County Railroad shows this high hood B23-7. Yeah, it's 3986. The only locomotive on the short line that I caught leading. Has an interesting K5H. This unit has a K3L. The Bayline Railroad. I think they now switched to that scheme, unfortunately. They should keep this scheme. Now, short ones in Georgia. All of them in this stupid scheme. I don't hate the scheme, but I hate that it's way too common. It's way too common for short lines. This is the only scheme that more than one railroad uses, just with a different lettering. And it also applies between Southern Pacific and Cotton Belt. Okay, the Chattanooga and Chickamauga Railway. Georgia Central Railroad with its good old B32-8s. The Savannah Port Terminal Railway in the heart of Georgia Railroad. These are all the class 1s in America. Amtrak with ACS 64 number 600. CSX with AC 6000 CW number 660. BNSF with, I believe it's an ES 44C4, this is number 7402. Kansas City Southern with SC 70 ACE number 3999. Canadian National with SC 70 M-2 number 8951. Norfolk Southern with, I believe it's a C40S9W number 9780. Canadian Pacific with I believe AC 4400 CW, which is number 8137. Union Pacific with ET 44 AC number 2668 ET 44H, yeah. Florida short lines. This is the Florida Central. So, can't talk right now. Okay, this one right here is a GP18 number 59. I filmed this locomotive sitting in storage on my Thanksgiving Florida trip back in November 2020. Too bad it was before I was filming towers. Too bad. There's some like old NW switcher behind this. It might be an SW. The Florida Gulf and Atlantic Railroad, number 7195. The Seminole Gulf Railway, number 594. I believe this is a B39-8. And the Georgia and Florida Railroad. I believe this is like either a GP38-2W or a GP40-2LW. One of those. I don't think it's a 6-axle. If it's a 6-axle, then it's an SC40-2LW. I don't know what's actually exists or not. But I know SC38-2LWs do not exist. Okay. Kentucky short lines. The Louisville. Okay, the Louisville and Indiana Railroad number 3002. This is a SD45. Since you can tell by those radiators right there. The Bakota and Illinois Railroad TTI scheme number 5819. I believe this is a GE-7. And this right here, the Trans-Kentucky Transportation Railroad. Be some general purpose EMD. Tennessee Short Lines. This is the Knoxville and Holston River Railroad. With, I believe, it was an MP switcher. 2 of them. Then there's a load slug. The West North America, which is in the, I believe, the southeastern Tennessee. Yeah, southeastern Tennessee. Number 3138. A standard cab B23-7. The National and Eastern Road with B39-8, number 8531. The West Tennessee Railroad with B20 with standard cab B23-7, number 3172. And the Tennessee Southern with, I believe, GP9, numbered 1977. Imagine if it was built in 1977.